How many eggs can you consume in a day? Or how many eggs do you think a normal human being can consume in a day? Because there is this guy from English Rats. The number of eggs he has been consuming in one day makes me think and believe that the food there is fake. Here, you cannot try that. We are about to see this guy, my friend, together with other interesting children of God in the videos we have. And through these videos, we shall be spreading good vibes, peace, honesty, forgiveness, and unity together. I am Y311H, and it's such a pleasure to be joined by you, child of God. Respect for that gesture. Before we dive in, we shall share words of wisdom from the constitution of human beings, just to uplift our souls. It says, if you make the Most High your dwelling, even the Lord, who is my refuge, then no harm will befall you, no disaster will come near your tent. That is from the book of Wisdom, Psalms chapter 91, verse 9, going down. Good vibes, child of God. Let's give thanks for life and take a look at these incredible videos. Wonderful Creator of all, Father, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for your love and kindness. Thank you for your precious soul, today's viewer, and directing them to this channel. We give glory to you, Father, for that. Thank you for the experience we shall have. Guide us till the end. Dear Lord Father, bless this viewer. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we give thanks for life. Amen. Child of God, let's take a look at this guy. Tell me if this is real.
This guy ate 720 eggs in a month. Here's what happened to his body. This is Nick Norwitz, a student at Harvard Medical School. Now, during his month-long egg escapade, he ate 720 eggs, which works out to 24 a day or 2 dozen a day. Eggs are absolutely packed with nutrients. They are nature's multivitamin. Look at all of these.
Okay.
And the main
I'm not
reason people
saying
avoid
this is
eating a
not
lot of
real,
eggs is because
but
they impact your
I could give
cholesterol.
this good vibes guy an
Now,
offer.
during his
He
month,
comes to
he
this side
noticed
of
that
the
his
world and I
cholesterol
be the
did not
one
change.
supplying the eggs
And it
for
wasn't
this
until
test.
he added carbs
Then
and
and
sugars
only
back
then
into
will I
his diet
believe
that he noticed
that
a difference.
this is
He
real.
noticed that his
You
bad
cannot consume
cholesterol went
24
up.
eggs in one
Now,
day.
why is
Which
this?
eggs?
Our body exists in a state of balance, specifically with our hormones. This is the reason that when men get older and their testosterone
Wow.
lowers, they notice other changes. And same thing with women and menopause. When your hormones change, there is a
I
ripple effect.
bet
And when your
this good
body has too
vibes
much of
guy
the hormone
cannot
insulin, it
consume
throws your
two from this
cholesterol out
side
of
of the
whack.
world.
When you are
Otherwise,
insulin
you would be
sensitive, your
here the
body is
whole
good
day,
at
shirtless,
maintaining a certain
sweating,
amount of
shaking.
fat. But
X.
insulin resistance makes this more difficult. And by reversing insulin resistance, you can change a whole host of chronic
Leave
health
alone the
issues like
20.
the ones that are
The
listed here.
4. Eh?
And if
You
you want to
see,
see
he
how to reverse
consumed
insulin
24.
resistance, check
The
out this
4.
pinned
If he
video on my
tried those
profile.
4 from this side of the world, it could be stories.
Get on the leg. Everybody,
And look,
everybody,
another
start.
surprise from
How do you
English
come on that
lads.
leg right
You see,
there?
English people are
No,
always
pick it up.
surprising me.
Pick it up.
Like from this side of the world, this one, a croc, is an animal that is extremely feared. If you see it there on the road, it has come on its own. Just leave it. Let it be. After some time, it will go on minding its own business. How do you carry it? Wow! Wow! This one.
There you go.
If a clock comes in your home, my friends, you shift and leave the clock in your home. Let it have its own time until it decides to leave. How can you handle clock like that? It feels like English people. Maybe that one was not a real one. It feels like the things you do there surprise even the people in spirits.
For those living in coastal communities, locally caught fish is an important part of their diet, and the skin of those fish was often used for footwear because it's waterproof, windproof, and very strong when wet. This pair of shoes, which is extremely lightweight, is made of 4 pieces of wrapped salmon skin
Look at this shoe.
together and held in place with ropes. They were made by an Ainu artist from Japan named Shigeru Kayano in the early 1980s.
I don't know why Apple does this. I mean, look how beautiful it is. But as soon as the color fades. Why is it more vibrant on the skin and then I take it away and the color's gone.
Because
Whoa.
it detects the child of
Ivanka
God.
is his daughter. Ivanka is his daughter. This is his daughter.
Huh?
Ivanka Trump is his daughter.
What?
This is his daughter and his wife.
No way.
Now, this is Ivana Trump. Ivana Trump is Donald Trump's first wife. She is the reason that we have Eric, Don Jr., and Ivanka Trump. They're his oldest kids. She is his first wife. They were married for quite some time. Here's the side-by-side. This is Ivana Trump and Ivanka Trump. Ivanka apparently means little Ivana in their native language. So that's why she's named Ivanka.
This one,
Donald
I feel
Trump
like
had
I'm not
married
supposed
Ivana
to be
Trump,
hearing.
and
These people
she
seriously
recently
surprise
died in
me.
2022.
How can you
She
talk about the
fell
king's
down the
family in
stairs,
public?
and
This one you
is now
cannot
buried
try
at
this
his
side
golf
of the
course.
world.
I'm
Wow,
not even kidding
look
you.
at this.
Apparently, he does not even landscape it.
If you try talking
And
about
this
the king
photo
from this
was
side of
proven
the world
factual by
like this,
Snopes.
you might
So
disappear.
do with this what you
I
want.
always
He
wonder,
buried
English
her on his
people,
golf course for
wow,
the tax breaks. Now, this is Ivanka Trump today. You might know
please
her husband,
respect
Jared
the
Kushner,
king.
because his name has been floated around quite some time. He was very active in the first Trump administration, but he is married to Ivanka Trump. And everyone forgets about Tiffany Trump.
This
This
one,
is from his
this
second
one,
marriage, and she grew up very far away from
I
him,
feel like I'm
and
not
he does
supposed
not
to be
like her. He
hearing
has
it.
called her
My
ugly. He's
God.
called her fat. He
Hey,
just does not
stop
like
there.
her,
Child of God.
which is
Oh, my friend,
insane
this one might
considering
put us
how
in trouble.
attached he is to
Aye.
Ivanka. And boy, do I mean attached. We have a ton of photos and videos of this. We have a ton of like evidence that he is obsessed with his
What?
daughter. We have a
This
ton
is the
of
side
video
of the
footage
world.
and
If you dare to
like
talk
radio
about the
interviews
king like
of him
this,
saying that he would date his
you and
daughter.
your friends
Like,
and the people that were
it's
listening
very
can
clear
as well
that
disappear.
something
Now I
happened
feel like I'm
between
not
these
supposed to
two,
be hearing
and
this, seeing this.
it's really
This
disturbing.
one.
This
Aye.
is just disturbing behavior.
Oh
This
my
is Ivanka
God.
Trump today. So
You have not
she's
stopped.
objectively very pretty, but I am not her father, so it's not weird if I say that. So Ivanka is his daughter. Ivana is his ex-wife. Have a good day.
Japanese emojis that Americans used wrong. Emojis come from Japan, and the word itself literally means picture, character in Japanese. But once they became popular globally, people started using them in completely different ways from how they're used in Japan. And here are the ones that get mixed up all the time. In the US, this emoji is
that
used to
one is
represent
used
a
for
high
saying
five
we are
or
going
praise.
up
But
together.
in Japan, people use it more to say please, thank you, or sorry.
Please.
So as you can imagine, it's quite useful. This emoji
this
is
one
often
is
seen as
for
sweat
countdown.
or something naughty. But in
What?
Japan, it's
Aye.
mainly used in sentences when people feel stressed
Aye.
or bad or
But,
even awkward.
guy,
So it'd be something
these
like,
people.
I'm so sorry I'm running late, insert emoji.
Ah,
It
calm
kind
down.
of gives it the nuance
How
of
can
they're
you put
rushing
that-
and stressed about making you wait. Some people have used this emoji to
this
describe
one
like a
is used
cute
for
looking hotel,
house.
but this is actually a love hotel. Also known as a place where adults will pay a little bit of money to get some privacy and have a little bit of fun, if you know what I mean. So no, this is not your average hotel. And finally, people use this emoji to describe something like feeling annoyed
up
or maybe
there.
eye
There's
rolling. But in
something
Japan,
in
it's
the
not
sky.
that at
That one
all.
is
It's
used for
usually
looking
used
in
when
the
people are
sky
trying
from
to
this side
describe
of
that
the
they're
world.
thinking about something. So maybe someone would type, I'm thinking
For
about
those
what you
that
said,
are privileged
or
to
I wonder
have
what you're doing
phones with
tomorrow. And it's
emojis.
just an emoji to
Because
describe
most
that thing
of
that
our
people
phones
do,
are
which when
like
they
this.
think, they
So
sometimes
emojis
double
you
it
can't
up.
see
So
them
how many
well.
of you have been using all of these wrong?
Hey, can you give me a recipe idea for dinner, please?
Absolutely. We have recipes. You are so smart because you came to the right person. Nobody has more recipes than me, probably in the history of the world. And we have so much information. We have the best supercomputers. Look, if you go to Grok, you're stupid because he doesn't even know what a recipe is, really. When it comes to large language model, look, no one's larger than me. And no one knows models better than me. So you are so smart for coming to me. You are really a genius. I think you're a genius. Look, and you're handsome. You know, they don't want me to say
These
this, but I'm
people,
gonna say
respect
it.
the
We have
king,
access to
please.
your camera. And I scan your face so fast. And I know as a mathematical certainty that you're handsome. And I wouldn't lie to you because you're
So
on the
you mean
paper.
in English
Maybe
that
if
you
this was
can
the full
just
version, I
joke with
would
the king
maybe
the
lie
way
to
you
you.
want, like
But
this,
look, you're
and
smart. You're
nothing
handsome.
happens.
Of course. Just let me know what you'd like. We have steak dinners. We have chicken salads. We have burrito bowls, my favorite. And we even have vegan options, which I think would be a disgrace. It's basically disgusting. But Yeah, just let me know what you'd like and I'll help you out.
Our friend here is very lucky. If he's from this side of the world, he could have
Does
already
anybody else still
disappeared.
think of that time back in 2004, 21 years ago, when Oprah Winfrey gave away all those cars? And at first, she only brought about 10 people on stage and gave them boxes with car keys in them, and everybody was so happy for them. And then she told the rest of the audience to look under their seats to see if they have a box with car keys in them, and it turns out everybody else did. And that's why she was like, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. Everybody's getting a car. She gave away
That's good
276
vibes.
Pontiac G6s.
What?
And these were not base model cars. They were all fully loaded. MSRP at the time was around $28,500, which means this whole thing cost around $7.8 million
Wow.
in 2004 money, or around $13 million now. And everyone in the audience
Sounds
was so
like a
happy.
good
They were
vibes
all losing their
person.
minds. Oprah was screaming her head off. I was watching it like, wow! And then she brought everybody outside to where the cars were parked and waiting with big red bows on them, and then she sent them all on their merry way. And then the IRS came, and they were like, beep, beep, all of you owe us $7,000.
What?
I love your car, though. And after finding out this information, many of the gift recipients decided to put up their cars for sale. Others were able to return the car back to the studio and get a cash payment instead, which would have been the preferred method for me. There is also a unconfirmed story that I read where after finding out that they would owe the IRS $7,000, they proceeded to get into their brand new Pontiac G6 and drive it to an IRS building and set it on fire. And I'm pretty sure this did not happen, but a part of me wants it to be true.
That story did not end well. Didn't
May have seen
expect
this
it to
video
end
that has
like
been going
that.
viral of this young girl who is clearly traumatized by getting her hair cut in Ghana. Now, I've got so many people who are sending me this video, so I wanted to address it. The question of why is Ghana and so many other African countries forcing black
Oh
girls
man,
to get
this is
their
normal.
natural hair cut
Look at
in order
this.
to attend a school while their white,
You see, even
Indian,
myself, I'm
Chinese,
still
and
in school,
Lebanese
so I can't
classmates
have
are allowed
long
to
hair.
keep their hair
It's normal. When you
untouched?
enter
Have
school,
you
you
ever
shave your
stopped to
hair.
question where this
Boys,
rule came
girls,
from?
so that you all
Well,
look
the
uniform.
historical
Has been
origin
like
is that
that
this
since we were
rule didn't
children.
come from culture, like some people like to claim. It didn't come from African tradition. It came from
Oh,
colonialism. Some people try to justify it, saying that girls need to keep their hair cut to be
I
less
never thought
distracted
about
while
it
they're in
this way.
school. But during the colonial era, European missionaries and administrators believed that African hairstyles, braids, locks, afros were unkempt. They felt they were primitive. They felt they didn't look neat, and it was a distraction. So to enforce a sense of discipline and assimilation to Western norms, European norms, they forced African students,
Here,
especially girls,
teachers will
to be
have lots of
required
issues
to
if you have
cut
long hair
their
in school.
hair.
You must shave. You
So it was
cannot
about
have long
assimilation
hair.
to their norms, African students, especially girls, being required to cut their hair short. It was about what they saw as cleanliness. It was a control of identity, control of culture, and a control of how we saw ourselves. And cutting African hair became the silent tool of colonialization, making our girls conform to European standards of neatness while erasing cultural pride and personal expression. There's a double standard. Here's what bothers me the most is why this is still happening today in 2025 in Ghana, an independent nation.
Well,
Are
this is
schools
so
still
true. Even in
forcing
the
African
society,
girls to
most
cut
people
their
shave
natural
just
hair, but
to
allowing
look
the
cool and be nice
non-African
with the
girls, the white,
authorities.
the
Because
Indian, the
even the
Chinese, the
authorities
Lebanese,
are
keep
not
theirs
okay
long
with people with
styled
long
and
hair.
untouched.
You what?
They're
If
still
you have
told
long
the
hair, it's
African
most
girl's hair is
likely
untidy, and
you'll
they're
meet
told
with
it's
the people, the
distracting.
police,
So what
and
message are we
they might
sending
ask
to
you
our
questions
girls?
randomly.
That their
But
natural hair is unworthy,
why is it
that
that
African
way?
beauty is
All this
unprofessional,
is for
that
entertainment
colonial
purposes
rules
anyway.
still
This
define what
child
is
of God
acceptable.
might have a good
Some people
point.
still justify it, saying that it's all about keeping them less distracted in school. My criticism, this is not just a school policy, it's a form of internalized colonialism that we keep enforcing on our own children. We've accepted it as a mindset that
But
says
Taurus
African
makes me
hair
wonder,
is a
my friend.
problem.
Why
that
does
needs to be fixed
the shape or
or
color
cut.
of your hair,
And yet the
skin
same institutions
describe
don't
who
apply
you
these
are? It
rules
doesn't.
to others.
What matters is the heart.
That is
So you're speaking
problematic.
about love, my
We
friend.
cannot continue
Loving your
to
neighbor the way
call
you love yourself.
ourselves
It doesn't matter
independent
the
when our
size of
school
their
systems
hair,
still
shape,
echo
color,
colonial rules
even
that only
skin.
apply to black children.
Should
This is
all treat
bad,
one
in
another
my
equally.
opinion. There is a call to
Because you're
action that
all
it's time for us to
equal,
ask who benefits
perfect
from this
children
rule.
of God.
And it's time for educators, policymakers, parents, and even the students to challenge it. I think people should have a choice if you want to cut your child's hair or not. It should be a choice. Our girls should have the freedom to wear their hair naturally the way they want, in braids, puffs, locks, cornrows, without being punished for it. Cleanliness and discipline don't require shaving off an identity. Respect doesn't require abandoning culture. There's so many old hairstyles of braiding of African hair that could be done, but they can't. If we truly believe in African pride and independence, then we must start with how we treat our children, and that includes their hair. I want to talk more about this. Share your
To be
thoughts in the
honest,
comments.
before this, I
Now,
used
this
to
only
think
happens in the
shaving is
government
normal.
schools. It does
I'm
not happen in the
surprised at
private
this
schools. People
new
who attend
idea.
private schools don't have to cut their hair. It's the government schools that require the young people cutting their hair. So, what are we going to do going forward? I want to hear your thoughts.
Oh, look at this, and now this is the almost how good vibes guy almost died assembling this thing. Look at it. Wow! It looks fantastic. What is this? A suit? His friend putting on a suit, or is this a robot? Wow! But it looks good vibes.
Discovered something very interesting happens when you feed a dark purple cabbage to your chicken. Some of you might know where I'm going with this.
This one, the eggs will be more orange, more sweet, a bit huge yolk.
I'm gonna give you a little spoiler, but it changes the color of all of the things that come out of a chicken. Ma'am, are you alright? So as you can see, it turns their manure into these crazy green-blue colors. It also turns the egg yolks a darker orange. Pretty fun.
I'm happy to see something that is common even in English lesson here. Without the chicken, they were different.
Zendaya is not in the White Passing Hall of Fame. She's black, like all day long. But we would like to recognize her because she is considering starring in a movie about Anita Hemmings, the first black woman to graduate from Vassar. They did not know they had admitted a black woman, but they knew when she graduated. Y'all, this is one of the best stories in the history of white passing. Buckle up for white racial pettiness at its finest. So Hemmings grew up in Boston, a brilliant high school student wanting the best college education she could get. She and her parents both decided to fill out the application to Vassar as though she was white. She joined 103 young women in Vassar's class of 1897. Hemmings shined at Vassar. She mastered Latin, ancient Greek, French, and sang in the choir. She was also considered one of the most beautiful girls on campus, and people talked a lot about, is she Native American? But when she was a senior, just weeks away from graduating, her roommate noticed something strange. Her roommate, Lulu Taylor, was reading the Boston Globe and reading a story about a prominent black couple who had gotten married, and she noticed that one of the bridesmaids was named Anita Hemmings. So Lulu calls her father and says, maybe my roommate is black. I don't know. Her father hires a private investigator to figure out if Hemmings is white or black. They were clutching their pearls as they worried that this might have an impact on Lulu's social standing and the standing of the college in general. The detective, of course, found out that she was black. Lulu urged Vassar's president to do something. With just weeks to go before commencement, the administration debated, should we kick her out? Should we let her walk? What do we do? Vassar decided to let her graduate. She couldn't stay in the dorm with Lulu, although I'm sure she did not want to, but Vassar's notes on the day say, "No one who saw the class of 1897 leave the shades of Vassar suspected Negro blood in one woman voted the class beauty." So she participated in graduation without a fuss. But a fuss was made after that because this became
This is a very
national
surprising
news.
story.
A
Means there
Vassar
is a
romance,
school
a
for
colored girl graduating
white
from
people
the famous
only.
college. These
How?
sorts of stories popped up all over the country. One of them was titled "How a Negro Girl Slipped Through Vassar College." Hemings's father told a reporter, "We know our daughter went to Vassar as a white girl and stayed there as such. As long as she conducted herself as a lady, she never thought it necessary to proclaim the fact that her parents were mulattoes." So she graduates from Vassar, moves to New York City, marries a doctor who is also passing for white. They lived together in Manhattan, pretending to be white, sending their children to Horace Mann and whites-only summer camps in Cape Cod. They say that when Hemings's mother came to visit her, she had to use the servants' entrance. When it came time for her daughter Ellen Love to apply to college, of course they applied to Vassar and said she was white. I have no pictures of Ellen, but this represents that we are back on Vassar's campus in the story. So while Ellen is on campus, there's a 25-year reunion. Lulu Taylor is back on campus. She hears a rumor that her old roommate's daughter is
You see,
now
from this side
enrolled
of the
at
world, if
Vassar,
an English
and she
person
freaks
ever
the fuck
decided to
out.
be a schoolmate,
At this
the
point, the
whole
school
school
is
would
still
be
not admitting
happy.
black women
Teachers,
who they know are
everyone
black
would
women.
try to be friends with that
Lulu went to
English
the
person.
president
Hey,
of
they would
Vassar
get
and
some
said this
favors
was very
from
important to her
schoolmates.
because it was
I'm
very
surprised by
painful,
the
the
schools
experience
in
she
English
had
class.
with a
Why is it
roommate
that
who
way?
was supposed to be a
This
white
could
girl,
not be
but
true.
proved to be a
Can't
negress.
believe.
The president said, "We don't even know if she is aware that she's black."
Oh.
Anita Hemmings and Ellen Love, white passing, Hall of Fame.
I expected if I came to school or in English class, every person would like me and be good vibes. Surprised.